What's up? What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans, guys. I'm excited today because we are here on April the 4th, 2020. Yes, I said April the 4th, 2020, almost at the 6 o'clock p.m. hour. I hope everybody's enjoying their weekend. Man, we're here on the weekend, guys, and we got some great news today. Again, this news can change, but I wanted to talk to you all about it because it is a good sign. It's one of the main things that we've been sitting around wondering. Will there even be football next year? Will there even be football next year? Okay. With everything going on and these timelines getting pushed out further and further and further. And ESPN is reporting today that the NFL, well, actually the president of the United States has met with every single sports commissioner. And out of that meeting, the NFL felt very comfortable coming out saying that the president has strong desires to make sure that everyone is, let me stop saying everyone, but specifically that the NFL should have people back in the seats. The NFL should have people right back in the seats by August and September. Now, again, we shall see if that's going to be the case. But at the end of the day, that is good news because listen, people are starving out here for joy, entertainment. Things are starting to get a little boring for some people, man. That's why I'm glad I'm able to do what I do for myself and everyone else. Let me be clear about that. Myself as well. This is so good for me to be able to stream because it's something that I could be doing, but I'm glad to hear it. Also, the NFL came out and said what they're pretty much going to do. They don't have the final plans for the draft, but they have determined that it is going to be a virtual draft. So you all know TD will be here live on all 3 days of draft night, okay? I will be live during the draft, okay? I will be live. Draft will be going on. I'll be sitting here watching the picks just like you all. I'll be giving you the analysis, not just the Miami Dolphins, but we're going to talk about every team and the picks that they make, what it means for that team, how it impacts their division, our division, whatever, which team's getting better based off of the draft. So we're going to be here. We're going to be live, and we're going to break it down. This is going to be an official draft party, y'all. Here at TDPHINSTALK, we're going to try to make it a somewhat big event, even though that we can't be together or live on scene somewhere. We're going to make it virtual because that's what the situation permits for everyone right now. But we're going to have fun and we're going to enjoy ourselves. So I'm glad to see that there's not going to be an issue with the draft. They've already also invited some of the players to attend the virtual draft, which means, hey, make sure that you get your internet straight. Make sure you set up. We might even send – I don't know if they can send people to their house. I don't think they will. So they're going to be relying on these players to have the perfect setup. I'm pretty sure over the next 3 weeks, they'll be testing. They'll be testing their internet. They'll be sending them things in the mail for them to utilize during this time. So, I mean, that's how this thing is going to have to go down, ladies and gentlemen. But at the end of the day, boy, oh boy, isn't it crazy how we're 19 days away? We're 19 days away. And people are still around here talking about the fifth pick being Tua Tagovailoa, and we can't even take a look at this kid. Oh my gosh, it's like going to the grocery store. It's like not going to the grocery store and saying, hey, can you get me a banana? And that banana, can you make sure that it's not all the way yellow, it's green turning, and you hang up the phone, and when the banana gets to your house, it's already rotten. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's wrong of me to say that Tua's rotten, but you don't know what you're gonna get until it's already delivered at your front door, ladies and gentlemen. It's produce. This is the produce draft. That's what I'm gonna call this draft, the produce draft. Whose picks are going to come fresh, picked right off the tree, and whose picks are going to come already infested with little bugs that have ate through it, and that's really what it is, rotten already. Oh my gosh, this was thrown all over the place during transport. It's not even any good. But you know the bad thing about this? You can't call the person you got it from and say this was trash, and they can't tell you on the phone, well, we're going to give you a store credit. Not in this NFL draft. Not in this NFL draft. What's going to happen is if you pick up the phone and say this is a busted product, they're going to say all sales are final. Click. They're going to hang up on you. You can't even go look at it yourself before you buy it. You have to go off of advertisement, and we all know what advertisement does. They give you the best of the best. They spruce it up. They get half of the stuff that some of y'all don't know when you watch the food on TV. Half of the advertised food ain't even real. 1,000% fake. Fake. Fake, I tell you. So at the end of the day, man, somebody said you're being dramatic, bro. Am I? So if we draft somebody who's busted, am I being dramatic? See, it's one thing, and maybe I'm being dramatic when it comes to a banana. Because a banana, I'm paying, what, 25 cents for the thing? It's rotten. Throw it away. It's fine. We're speaking millions here on a team salary cap that could be helping the team be even better. And I'm being dramatic? Come on now. Let's put things into perspective. Is that really being dramatic? Is it really being dramatic? Maybe I'm being dramatic if you love Tua. Any takers there? Maybe I'm being dramatic there. Drew Brees was once busted. But guess what, Michael? We can at least go to the store and say, ooh, Drew Brees is busted, but you know what? I still see some good parts there. I'm going to go ahead and buy this anyway. I'll cut the bad part out. And at least we got to go look at it. This time you see nothing. You don't know what's going to show up on your front door. Oh my gosh. Guys are going to arrive in there. Oh my gosh. They're going to come to the facility. Oh, man, how come we didn't know about this? Hey, that's y'all business. Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh, man. Big Boy Sports News said, Lord Tua is my birthday present. TD, don't ruin it for me. Oh, man. Hey, big boy, if we get Tua, then happy birthday, bro. If we get Tua, then happy birthday to you. TD going in right now. I'm just saying CB83, and shout out to the homie CB83, man. I'm just saying, I mean, people say that I'm going over the top. I'm just being extra, but they act like what I'm saying ain't fair. Like it ain't fair. It may be your guy, but don't act like it's not fair what I'm saying, because it's the truth. It's the truth. Man, hey, I like that, Pete. For all y'all who want to, Pete is right. He say you can get him in Madden. Go get him in Madden. When Madden comes out, just go get him in Madden. You don't lose a beat. Oh, man. Oh, man, I think we're all going to be surprised draft day. Hey, Barney, I might be the only one not surprised. Well, me and you might be the only ones not surprised, because I think that everybody's going to be surprised. Therefore, when we do something shocking, I'm going to be like, I ain't surprised. I'm not surprised. Now, I will be surprised when they say, with the 212th pick overall, Tua Tagovailoa is selected. Oh, why did we do it, Miami? Even in the 6th round, why did we do it? Now I'm trolling, y'all. Now I'm being extra. Oh, Pete say I'm getting nervous already. You should be. It's right around the corner. We keep talking. You know, there was a time where the draft was 2-3 months away. There was a time where the draft was 2 or 3 months away, ladies and gentlemen. We talk about 19 days. 19 days, less than 3 weeks now. Almost 2.5 weeks. Next week, I'll be talking about almost 1.5 weeks. Guys, it's right around the corner. We're in the month. On the 23rd of this month, it is going down. Man. Boy, oh boy. But I can't wait. Let me tell you why I can't wait. If we don't get Tua Tagovailoa, y'all know y'all ain't going to hear the end of it from me. I don't care if somebody traded up. The only reason we didn't get him because somebody traded up before. I don't want to hear none of that. I'm going in. And then if we get Tua Tagovailoa, TD has to sit here and let people come on the show just so they can give it to me. And I'm going to be like, yeah, you were right. You were right. And then all those guys who don't like me anyway, that's when they're going to show up. Just like they did with Tannehill. They were nowhere to be found when they made the playoffs, nowhere to be found when they beat the Patriots, nowhere to be found when they beat the Ravens. And all of a sudden, they lose to my homeboy and them. Oh, I told you. Oh my gosh, where were y'all at? It's almost 8,200 subscribers, man. All of a sudden, y'all all finally here. Oh man, well let me help those individuals out now. The beautiful thing is you can't steal my joy because anything can happen. Yes, we can get to a Tagovailoa. I've always said it, always believed that we could. Should we? TD says no. If we do, then TD feels like we shouldn't have. But hey, let's go to a Tagovailoa. And the reason why I say that, I don't want to hear nobody getting mad at me because I'm supporting the kid if we do draft him. He's a Dolphin at that point. But until then, oh, Miami, please. Please don't do it, Miami. Don't do it. You see how I'm asking the Dolphins to do it, and there's your further proof that I don't know. They might. So all y'all who want Tagovailoa, it might happen, man. Shout out to Quit Riddle with the donation, man. He said we drafted Isaiah Simmons with the 5th pick. Book it. Ooh, he put the strong muscle up with it. So, hey, we shall see, Quint. You really think so, Quint? Now, I think everybody agrees that'll be a very nice addition. They would like the quarterback over that many, but Isaiah Simmons ain't nothing to be whining and crying about. But let me tell y'all, this is what I wanted to say last night that I don't think I got a chance to say. Who would have ever thought that we would have had all these assets, but the problem with all these assets is it's more nerve-wracking than ever. It's one thing, the Miami Dolphins had the number 5 pick and that's it because they were the 5th worst team. They're number 5. Okay, they get that pick. They don't have an 18. They don't have a 26. They have 1 second-round pick as well, 37. Let's go, Miami. That's one thing. Who are we going to get? Oh, we're getting a quarterback. Oh, we're getting this and that. Or what? We can debate. But when we have all these assets, it is nerve-wracking because you have all these options and you're trying to figure out what it's going to be. That is so nerve-wracking, man. Because we could do so many things in this draft. We could go in so many different directions, and there's a lot of cool, very, very, very cool scenarios. There's a lot of cool scenarios that we can pursue. There isn't one that if you don't go this way, then we're terrible, we're stupid. No. There's scenarios with Tua that are beautiful. There's scenarios without Tua that are beautiful. There are scenarios without a quarterback that's even beautiful, to be quite honest with you. But it's nerve-wracking because you're trying to identify which one should we do. It's nerve-wracking, man. You know how many people we've had on this show give so many different scenarios. The one that Pete gave last night, that it blew my mind, but I liked it. I understand some people's kickback on it, but I liked it. 2 tackles. Go ahead and get a few more depth pieces in the second round. Go ahead and get your nose tackle in the third, possibly, because there's some guys out there that's worthy, man. It's too many options, and this is why Chris Greer gets paid the big bucks. He's on the clock. He's on the clock. And the crazy thing is nobody can judge the decisions he makes in this draft because we have to see how it plays out over time. If he gets Tua, TD says, oh, we shouldn't have. But at the end of the day, let's see. Let's see if it was right or not. We're going to find out, man. Orlando Morgan said Rosen. Man, Rosen better be practicing right now. Forget, I don't care if he got to wear a face mask out there on the field. He better be out there doing everything in his power to just be this transformed guy come training camp. Transformed. Because the sad part about Josh Rosen in training camp, even if he's transformed, he ain't got the media on his side, not the local Miami media. So he has to really leave no doubts. But I will say this, if he does that, then we know we got something special. Because they're not, I don't care if he throws 10 deep balls that are perfect in a row and they're touchdowns, one bad slant, the same Josh Rosen we know, they're gonna kill him. They're gonna come at him. So we'll see, man. We'll see. For all y'all who love Rosen, for all y'all who want Rosen to succeed, hey, you can't want it more than him. He gotta want it himself. And at the end of the day, we're going to see how bad he wants it when it comes to camp. And even if he wanted it really, really bad, but don't show up, that just means he ain't the guy. He ain't what we thought he could be. Not what we thought he was, but what we thought he could be. Because if anybody thinks that he is something, then in my personal opinion, you should stop. Now, I'm with you on what I think he possibly could be, but not what he is, okay? Let's get that straight now, because people always, you loving Rosen. Oh man, I have hopes for the kid, but I ain't crazy. All right. Let me see what y'all talk about. We are all on the same team. Remember that. I agree, Andre, man. Appreciate you, homie. Frozen Rosen. Rosen sadly has to play a perfect game or the media will crush him. I agree, Devin, but you know what? That's the name of the game. You don't just play against yourself. You play against perception, the media, everything, man. That's how it works. Trade for Watson coming on draft night. Listen, man, there's gonna I wouldn't be surprised if we see some fireworks, man. I wouldn't be surprised if we see fireworks. TD, what is this virtual draft? I'm confused. Virtual draft is simple. It's just when people are at home. I mean, the draft pick. So say I'm the top quarterback. Say I'm one of the best quarterbacks. Okay, say I'm Tua Tagovailoa. And the draft is draft time. I can't go to a site with other players because COVID-19. We're under lockdown. I can't. So what that means is I have to be at home with my family or with the background celebration ready. And the NFL should be sending me a package like the internet, a monitor, or whatever's necessary, so that if I get drafted with the first pick overall, they can tune in, click a button, and now we're all looking into a Tagovailoa's living room, my living room. And with the first pick in the 2020 NFL draft, the Cincinnati Bengals select Tua Tagovailoa, and they stream into Tua Tagovailoa, and he's hugging his family, and this and that. And wait, hold on. Well, they got to stay back because, you don't want to re-injure his hip. You know what I'm saying? So, but he's saying, hey, he's throwing air high fives like, stay close, I can't get hurt. Or I don't want you hugging me too hard, and I grimace, and then they see that and be like, oh, change the pick. Oh, no. I'm messing around, man. But that's what it is, man. It's going to be online. They're going to be streaming it. So they'll be tuning in to people's houses or wherever they are for the draft, man. That's how that'll work. Let me see. TD, don't you know Tia is a brother in Christ? Tua, I think that's what you meant. From my understanding, yes. But at the end of the day, I support the brother. But again, I don't want him to be a Miami Dolphin. And if he's not a Miami Dolphin, that ain't going to change the fact that he's still a brother in Christ. See how that works? Oh, man, TD wilding. Hey, man, we got to have fun, man. I'm trying my best to wow because I got to see, we can't go outside and run, jump, and get that energy out. So I got to deliver it on my stream. I got to deliver it on my stream talking about Tua and his videotapes that him and EM keep making. So that's all I can do, man. That has nothing to do with football. Marvin, Rock Rims, trade the 1826 and our first round pick in 2021 for Deshaun Watson and still have the 5th overall pick. It wouldn't matter. We couldn't afford it. I keep telling y'all with this Deshaun Watson scenario, we love to trade for Deshaun Watson. I wouldn't mind. Again, I'm not that high on Deshaun Watson like some of y'all, and we can agree to disagree. However, again, I think he's good enough to win a Super Bowl, but I don't think he's in the likes of Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. I don't even think he was as good as Vic when Vic was playing. That's just my personal opinion. But I would love him because he's good enough to win a Super Bowl. The issue with trading for Deshaun Watson is he's going to warrant, when his contract comes out after this year, he's probably going to be one of the first ones, him and Mahomes, to have a 4 in front of his contract. And yes, I said a 40 $40 million. Okay. And right now we can't afford that. Everybody keeps saying trade this draft pick, trade that draft pick. In order for us to afford Deshaun Watson, a player or two has to be included in a trade for him so that we can clear cap for his new contract when it's up. So all those that keep saying trade for Deshaun Watson, that's all nice, dandy, beautiful, whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, we don't have the money to do that. Now, if this cap does jump up from 200 million or whatever, all the way to 260 something million, like these rumors that keep coming out that is going to happen, then we're talking about a different story. But again, his percentage of the salary cap might still be a little high, but we're still talking a different story then. It might make a lot more sense because we'd have somewhat the cap space at that point. But until that happens, I mean, that's wishful thinking, ladies and gentlemen. That is wishful thinking. And what, we got 20-something million left right now? And we got to get these players that we have to draft. After the draft, they project we'll have around 8 million left. Where does that fit with a $40 million contract? Nowhere. Nowhere, ladies and gentlemen. And the truth is, even if we did trade Xavier Howard and Albert Wilson, that's about 25 million. You still don't have enough. Let's put it together, y'all. So I'm all down for that type of trade, but you also can't forget you got to pay a cost to come with it. Okay? But those 3 first-round picks are going to be about $14 million combined. You see the difference there? Deshaun Watson or those 3 first-round picks? 40 million or 14 million? And so let me put it together for all y'all who want that picture painted. Deshaun Watson and 40 million versus 3 first-round players. Let me throw names out there. Deshaun Watson and 40 million or Tua Tagovailoa, Andrew Thomas, and give me Delpit. Let's just say Delpit. Okay, just hypothetically. And 14 million. You see the difference there? Those 3 players and 14 million versus Deshaun Watson and 40 million. Do we really want to go Watson? I'm just saying, some people may still say absolutely. But hey, not me. I ain't getting down like that, man. I'm making sense of it all. All right. TD, why don't you read my line? If I give you $10, will you answer? Huh? Hold on. Let me read that again. TD, why don't you read my line? If I give you $10, will you answer? Well, if you gave $10 on the stream, I would answer because it pops up like this bright color that says, hey, somebody donated. And I say, they put money behind it. Let me make sure I read it. Otherwise, the reason why I don't read George Carlos, actually, I read that one right there, which is unfortunate. I read that one and not one that you really wanted me to read, is because I didn't read Barney Millers. I didn't read TF Bluffs. I didn't read Russell Swans. I didn't read John D. Horty, Anthony Mazzanos, Invest in Crypto Mickey, Mr. Natural, Just Ice Cool, Justin Pro. I didn't read a whole bunch of those because I was actually explaining something and the chat just keeps going. I can't go all the way back about how long we've been streaming, 25 minutes. I would still be in 3 minutes in the chat if I was answering everybody's chat. So that's just the name of the game. I'm not going to be able to read everybody's comment. I'm going to read like one every 40. Okay. That's because we've become a big, remember, I don't know how long you've been here, but remember when we were just 100 subscribers and I would read every single comment? I would actually be waiting on comments. Y'all remember those days? And remember we got to 1,000 subscribers and I would read about 80% of the comments. And then we got to like 4,000 subscribers and I would still read like 30% of the comments. And then we got to like 7,000 and I would read like 10%. And that's when people start saying, hey, can you go read my comment from before? And now I'm at like almost 8,200 and I'm reading about 4 or 5% of the comments. And I get comments like, why aren't you reading my comments? If I give you money, would you? So just so you all know, it's nothing personal. I'm not intentionally reading it and saying I'm not going to read that one. No, that would be a waste of my time. Unless it's really nasty or just inappropriate, then I definitely won't read it. And I doubt that your message was, because many aren't. So I don't want anyone to feel insulted or ignored or anything like that. And yes, I will admit, anybody who donates to the channel, I will read theirs first because it pops up in this big color and they put money behind it. So I want to make sure they're helping build the channel in that way. And not to say you aren't, not to say that you aren't. It's just that I also want to make sure I acknowledge those people. That means they really have something they wanted to say, so they throw something behind it. So this ain't a money hungry thing why I'm not reading your comment. So please, please, please forgive me if I don't read your comment. And I sincerely mean that, man. I sincerely mean that. I'm not being rude or disrespectful. It's just not how I am. Okay. Kansas City has 177 of cap space left. $177. Tell them sign me up, baby. Sign me up, man. I'm ready. Man. Oh man, TD, please check out Denzel Mims. He's 6'3" receiver and is a good prospect. Aaron, hopefully I can read your comment the next one, but what is his projection right now when he'll be drafted? I'm just curious because I know we're gonna get a receiver in the draft, but I think it's more of a later round, but we'll see. ATD, I hope you are having a great day. Colonel 17, if I said that wrong, please forgive me. I appreciate that, man. I'm having a really, really, really good day. Me and my wife, we got our gloves on today, our mask, our glasses, and we went out and we got a few groceries and we came back in, threw everything in the washing machine, turned it on hot water and just let it just go. And that was our day. So we got to see outside today, y'all. It was an adventure. For y'all who ain't been outside, we got to see outside. Breaking news. We got to see outside today. Yes, we were outside. But we're good, man. We covered up, long clothes, long everything. I don't trust nothing. All right. TD, he's projected. The chat's moving so fast. I start reading something and it was gone. Okay, it's way up here. Man, it's moving fast. TD, he's projected top 30. People are comparing him to AJ Green. Then I don't think we're getting him. If we went with a wide receiver at 26 or something like that, man, I wouldn't be shocked. I'll be honest. I wouldn't be shocked because I think 26 is more of a best player available than people think for us. I wouldn't be shocked, but not likely. There are some needs that can be filled at 26. So I don't see us getting him in the top 30. All right. We'll see. And me and you don't agree much. Oh, Pete must be finishing a comment from earlier. See, I missed half of Pete's comment. You'll love his highlights. He a good jump ball receiver. Well, hey, my thing is when it comes to jump ball receiver, we got some of those, but you can never have enough. I would say that. Shout out to Daniel Grafton. You see, I had a yellow just pop on the screen. I said, and it was a long message. He really had something to say, especially with Tenala. So Daniel Grafton says, more important than big name players is rebuild through the draft with rotation of young, cheap players through the draft, be drafting a lot of early round picks and build a sustainable team for years. Man, Daniel, that's all I've been preaching, man. That's all I try to preach. I know I get caught up even myself into this specific player type deal, but people have to understand, this is why I believe the things that I believe. We can't just think about building a great team right now. This is why I wouldn't be shocked if we did Isaiah Simmons at 5. Will we have other needs, TD? Yeah, but he's a multi-talented player that's going to be here for the future, and if it all works out, he's going to be 12 years strong on this roster. 12 years. Not these guys that's 27, which is a perfect time for them. We got them at the perfect time to get their prime. But you want a guy who's going to be on this roster for 4 to 5 years, or a guy who's going to be here for 12 years at a cheaper price possibly. And those are the guys that are going to help you build something that's long-term and sustainable. It's not about the right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's about the long-term sustainable future. That's why we get guys on 2 and 3 year deals that's 27 years old, because we want to be able to reevaluate that when they're 29. We don't want to come bring in that really good player that's 31, but he's still playing really good. You see, we didn't do none of that. There were a lot of good players that we could have got cheaper, and some would argue that are playing better than some of the guys we got now, but they're not a part of the long-term future. They're a 1 or 2 year deal, and they'll be 33 by the time their contract is up for renegotiation. That's not what we're doing. We're trying to build something long-term and sustainable. Long-term and sustainable, y'all. So that's why when we say things like, why would we get Isaiah Simmons at 5? That's exactly why. That's a piece that we can see can literally be a starter in a Hall of Famer potentially if he lives up to that Pro Bowl type caliber player. Isaiah Simmons is the prototypical type guy that he's supposed to have that dog career that, man, Ray Lewis-ish, Palomalu-ish. I just add an ish at the end just to give y'all a comparison. Ray Lewis, Palomalu, hint of Zach Thomas. He's supposed to be that full package and all of that. And that's why you want to get a player like that, because just like Daniel said, man, sustainable team for years. And this is why I tell y'all, stop falling in love with the player. Fall in love with the team. And I hate to bring the Patriots up every time, but I'm going to say this for one of the last times. I ain't even going to say the last time because I got to teach some of y'all over and over and over. But what do you think the Patriots do? They went and traded for an all-pro left tackle. They traded for a young all-pro left tackle. How the heck do you trade for an all-pro left tackle and don't give them a new contract after the season, after you win a Super Bowl? How the heck do you do that? Patriots like, well, you talk about we just wanted to be better that year, and at the end of the day, I'm not going to give him his big deal. I'm not going to pay him a big deal. I already had the rookie behind him learning how to be a pro behind him. He's going to be the future. And when it's time for him to get a big deal, we're going to let him go, and we already got his replacement that's been sitting behind him for a year or two. So when we talk about things like that's not a need, let me tell y'all, I want y'all, let me go through the roster real quick and help educate y'all. Bobby McCain. They're either going to re-sign him or they're going to find his replacement this year. Don't mean that the replacement is going to play over him, but they're trying to look for his replacement on that roster. Facts. Players like Jerome Baker, who is coming up for a contract pretty soon. Next year, they'll be talking contractuals with him. They're either looking for his replacement now or they'll re-sign him, but you always got to have the succession plan. You always got to have the succession plan in place. And let me, for y'all Josh Rosen lovers, I keep it 100 with y'all. We could all be being bamboozled. Josh Rosen could be the replacement for Fitzpatrick all this time. We just I'm just saying, I ain't saying that's the case, but you never know, man. This is if you're not building your roster to have the replacement behind the starter before their next big deal, then you ain't caught up as a team. You're in a win now mode, and you're not trying to build something that's long-term and sustainable. Long-term and sustainable is the key. So let me help y'all with this. Let me help y'all with this real quick. If Christian Wilkins 2 years, 3 years from now ends up, Christian Wilkins done went to 2 Pro Bowls, just hypothetically, he done went to 2 Pro Bowls 2 years from now, and it's time to talk contract. A year from now, Miami should already be trying to find his replacement because this guy done went to the Pro Bowl, and he's about to take us to the bank. And yeah, you want to keep some of your great talent. It just depends on the position and what's important to you at the time. But the goal is to be so good. The goal is to be so good on that roster that all of your depth is ready to take the starting position. So it's not a case of love lost. Like, why would we get rid of Christian Wilkins? He went to the Pro Bowl 2 times in a row. We should feel confident saying, hey, we're about to let Christian Wilkins go, but guess whose turn it is? And he's about to go to the Pro Bowl 2 years in a row. Whoever his replacement is. That's what you should be hoping. Not a case of, why did we let him go? Why did we let him go? We got to get out of that mind frame. And let me tell you another thing. If we can build the roster that way, we have an ultimate sustainable dynasty going. That's what that means. You're in a dynasty mode. When you can build a team that way where every time a rookie come up to their big contract, you let them go and their replacement is just as good, you got a dynasty going. Not only that, but it's even more beautiful because it's easier to replace them because every time they come up for the contract, you're trading them away like Laramie Tunsil and getting more. You're getting more. You're getting even more. For this all-pro Pro Bowler, I just got 2 first-rounders for him. I don't care if we bring in 2 guys at that position. One of them should be good enough to replace him. You got to keep it fresh. And let me tell you another thing that y'all don't realize. You do the same freaking thing with the quarterback if you have to. Now it is proof that that's what happened in New England. Every time Brady came up for a contract, this is what we're willing to offer. If you don't want that, we appreciate your services. And what did Brady do every time he took it? And the first time he started talking about money, they brought in Jimmy G. He met with Robert Kraft, and he ended up still taking it. And what happened this very last time, he wanted to be a Patriot, but what did he say? He wanted a little bit more money. But when he saw they wouldn't give it to him, let me tell y'all something that nobody talking about. The market for Tom Brady was not what people were making it seem. Teams didn't want Tom Brady. Teams didn't want Tom Brady because if they wanted Tom Brady, he would have got a 2-year, $70 million deal. He went on to another team to prove a point. Because what was Tom Brady's contract? Do y'all know? Let's see if y'all know. Let me know in the comment section. What was his contract? What was his contract? I know y'all know. Let me get the facts on the contract. Two-year, $54 million. That's $27 million a year. $27 million a year? No, that wasn't what it was. Hold on. I thought it was a 2-year 50. Let me look it up. Tom Brady contract. $50 million. Yes, 2-year, $50 million deal. Do you know that the Patriots were offering him more than that? Does some of y'all actually realize that the Patriots were offering him more than that? He went on to prove a point because they didn't give him what he was asking for in the beginning. This is a fact, man. We know Tom Brady was literally asking for 30-something million plus a year. And what did Robert Kraft come out and say? Didn't he say we're willing to give him 30? Isn't that what was said? It's crazy. What's up, man? You coming in? You say hi? Oh, hi. We have this in the way. Ooh. Let me move it for you, okay? So you can say hi. Goodbye. Yeah, say hi. Hi. Say hi. Hi. Hi, Daddy. Hi. Say hi. Hi, Daddy. Yes. Hi, Daddy. Say Miami Dolphins. Hi. Say Miami Dolphins. Oh, you don't want to say it? You got to get away from me, man. And your mama calling you anyway. One moment. Let me take it. Come on. Yeah. I got him. My bad. They saying hi back, Kimmy. Man. Because wasn't all the word on the street that the Patriots were willing to give him 30? And that it was all about money? No. Brady, when they shunned him about the money that he wanted, and then he said, okay, I might take less, but I want control over this and that and this. And the Patriots stick to their guns and they got principles, man. They say, we appreciate your service. You've earned the right to do whatever you want to do. If he earned the right to do whatever, ain't that what Robert Kraft said? Tom Brady's earned the right to do whatever he wants to do. Then if he earned the right to do whatever he wanted to do, why he ain't in New England? You can't sit here and tell me 2 years, 50 million. They were offering the man more than that. Offering the man more, man. Of course, it's fully guaranteed, William, because he just robbed the team. He robbed them. But I'll tell y'all one thing. The interest for Tom Brady wasn't as big as people sitting here making it think, making you believe. The media was making y'all believe that, Tom Brady, where will he go? Who's going to decide who is he going to pick? It wasn't know who he was going to pick. First of all, it had to be who wanted him. It was slim. It wasn't the Tennessee Titans want him. Why? Because you see him FaceTiming his buddy, the head coach? No. Tennessee said they wanted Tannehill the whole time. They had to literally come out publicly and tell people, stop that mess. We didn't never say we wanted Tannehill. We want Tom. We didn't want Tom Brady. We want Tannehill. Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all better know what time it is, man. Y'all better know what time it is. The Patriots got principles over there. That's why you can't write them off. Everybody, their dynasty is over. We sure as heck hope so. We sure hope so. We hope so. Because if it ain't, we still gonna kick they behind. But I'm just saying, gosh, it still ain't over. Y'all think, man, y'all really sitting here thinking that Brady is the reason why it's about to be over? Y'all better hope so. Y'all can guess that all you want, because the truth be told, we've been guessing that it's over for the last 7 years. It's over now. It's over now. Now, tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying, Dolphin fans. I'm going to point to y'all first. Miami Dolphin fans, y'all tell me I'm lying. For the last 7 years, we out of almost every one of our mouths, it's over. It's over. Oh, well, they ain't got the talent around them no more. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. We've been saying that for 7 years. And now all of a sudden Brady gone, and we still want to say that, huh? I don't care. Even the year they didn't win the Super Bowl with Matt Castle as the quarterback, it's over for them. But they still won the freaking division. Still kept us sitting home. Still had us sitting home. Sith Lord say they have been declining. How you gonna say somebody had been declining and won a Super Bowl 2 years ago? Man, what a decline. What a decline. Didn't they win like 13 games this year and lose to Tennessee early? Okay, they lost the game in the playoffs. But didn't they win 13 games? 12 or 13? Fighting for the number 1 seed, and we knocked them out of that? Remember, they would have had a first round bye had we not won that game. The Chiefs wouldn't have had the bye. They would have. Don't forget, that's why the Chiefs were celebrating the Dolphins and Fitz Magic so much, because we stopped the Patriots from getting the number 1 seed. And what they always do every year, and people yell at me for this, I've always said the reason why they won so many Super Bowls is because they've always had the easiest road there. They have always had the easiest road. And what does the easiest road mean? They got to win 2 games to get there instead of 3 like most teams. Every single year, they got to win 2 games to get to the Super Bowl, and everybody else just about got to win 3. They always got that first round bye, watching their opponent for an extra week with extra film and extra what they're trying to do to the opponent. Extra looking at strengths and weaknesses, extra preparation, extra this, extra that, extra this, extra that. They just sitting back chilling, watching the competition, studying them, understanding their tendencies, understanding what they like to do, listening to the TV commentators say, look at this safety. Look what he loves to do on this play. Oh, he bit on the play. Oh, Tom Brady. Yeah, I'm going to get him to bite on that same one, and I'm going to double pump 7 points in the game every year. And ain't it funny how they actually become a wild card team and get knocked out in the first round? Oh, with TD, they ran into that monster in Derrick Henry. When we talk about one of the most historic defenses, ain't that what we've been saying all season about the Patriots? Come on, man. They've always worked their behind off to have the easiest road to the Super Bowl by getting that first round bye. Y'all don't understand the magnitude of an advantage that is. They went from very great to very good. That is a decline, TD. The problem, okay, it's a decline. But if very good is enough to win a Super Bowl, if very good is enough to win a Super Bowl, it all blends and looks the same to me. All you can hope as a team is to be very good or better. That's all you could hope. So that's why I don't see it so much as a decline, but I guess I see your point, you know. Shout out to Alexi Varela with the donation, said, big fan, man. Can the Dolphins trade to pick up the 3 or 4 pick, but keep their 5th pick overall? Plus, do you see us drafting a top wide receiver to help our QB? I don't see us drafting a top wide receiver unless they have concerns about Preston Williams. If they secretly have a few concerns about Preston Williams, then it's not out of the question. But in regards to moving up to pick up 3 or 4 and keep 5. So basically what you're saying is we pick at 3 and 5 or we pick at 4 and 5. We're not going to pick at 4 and 5. I doubt that that's going to happen. I'm going to tell you that now. Because it ain't worth it based off of who the Giants are going to get. Don't let them draft a guy. It'll be 3, if anything, with the Lions. But keeping the 5th overall pick, so which means we're going to have to give up 18-26. Do you realize in order to move up to number 3, we would still probably have to give up 18-26 and another draft pick, maybe a second rounder? I think that's a little too much to move up the 3rd. Now, if we're talking about the 1st or the 2nd pick, then it might be more of a conversation. But to move up to 3, with 18-26, you're probably going to have to unload a second as well. It might even be more than that. I'm just saying. But I don't think so. But to entertain that question, if we were to move up to 3 and have number 5, obviously we're grabbing a quarterback. Any move up above 5, we're grabbing a quarterback. And if you move up to 3, you're obviously trying to get Tua Tagovailoa, because I don't see why you're moving up to 3 for Justin Herbert, and I don't see why you're moving up to 3. Well, I'm kicking the thing. And I don't see why you're moving up to 3 for Jordan Love. You should be able to get both of those guys at 5, unless Herbert's that sneaky one that moved before that. Somebody comes and get him. But at the end of the day, if we're talking about moving up to 3 and we're not getting a quarterback and we got 3 and 5, man, it's sexy. It's sexy. It makes you say, ooh. It makes you go, ooh. It makes you say, ooh, 3 and 5. What could we get? Give me my grocery basket. Ooh. Well, you may not need a grocery basket, but you need one of them hand baskets because there's only 2 picks. But at that point, it's like, ooh, 3 and 5. Can somebody say Simmons? Guaranteed at that point? You know they getting Simmons if that's the case. If they ain't going quarterback. You're grabbing Simmons and Okuda probably. Ooh, that's nasty. Let me stop. Or Simmons and Derek Brown. Man. Which would suck, because now it wouldn't suck. It would be crazy. It would just mean that they are literally devoted to finishing the defense. Do y'all realize if we draft Simmons and Brown, defense complete? Check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark. Best defense in the NFL. Listen to me. Number 1 defense in the NFL day 1 on paper. Ain't no question about it. If we got Derek Brown and Simmons, ain't no question about it. Number 1 day 1. And you can feel confidence that they're going to play like it too. Ooh, just the thought of it. Oh, don't get me started, man. You messing with my head now, man. Who's the Alexi Varela? Alexi sent another donation. Said Tua and the tackle. Yeah, then why did we have to move up? Listen, honestly, you should be able to get Tua at 5. If somebody want to be stupid enough to jump up to 3 to get Tua, now that's where it does blow my mind. Okay, we get Tua at 5. I don't like it, but okay. But if we going up to 3 to get him, come on. Now my mind's blown. Now you wasting the 18 and 26 just to go there, and a little bit more probably in a second round. No, man. Really? Man, I'll be like, man, come on, Greer. Flores, man, you signed off on this, but you know what? I'll live with it. But gosh, man. I would be supporting it and screaming to the top of my lungs at the same time, like, what? Let's go Dolphins. But gosh, fins up. Oh. One moment, y'all. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was locked. Yes, go ahead. No, you turn the light on. You're a big boy. Man, listen, man. Again, if the Miami Dolphins want to get Tua Tagovailoa, make sure it's at number 5. Make sure it's at number 5. Don't give away that much for it. Don't do that. He should slide to 5. And again, if a crazy idiot team want to move up to 3 to go secure him before us, by all means. But don't do that. Come on. Do you know how much more we can get instead of a guy that we hoping is not going to be fragile in the NFL? TD has always said, I ain't worried about his hip. I make jokes about his hip, but I ain't worried about his hip. I ain't worried about a single injury he had. I'm worried about the ones to come. The kid done had 4 surgeries. He done had 12 injuries in his college career. 12, ladies and gentlemen. Go look it up. That includes small things like the broken nose, all that stuff. 12. Go look it up. Come on, man. He's fragile. I don't care what player that y'all keep on comparing, talking about, well, other players had injuries coming in. There ain't no player that you can name was this fragile. Some of them with contact, some of them without contact. Ain't not one player you can name that was this fragile. Yeah, players with injuries, but not this fragile. That's all I'm saying, man. So for all y'all who always think I'm hating, let me say it one more time. I'm not worried about his hip. I ain't worried about his ankle. I ain't worried about this, that. I ain't worried about a single injury that he's already had. I'm worried about the ones to come because he's too fragile. If somebody wants to leave the word fragile off of his resume, then you're just a fanboy or fangirl, whatever you want to call it. You're just so enamored and in love with the kid that you can care less. So just admit it. That's fine with me. But at least be 100 with everybody and say that's what it is. Immense talent, amazing talent, great. I look at the kid. You gotta be impressed. You gotta be impressed with his on the field play. And if that translates to the NFL, oh my gosh, that is something beautiful and special. But what good is a car if it don't run? Or it need an oil change every week? Engine light come on every day. Making a left turn and the engine flooded off, you got to put it in neutral and crank it back up and then put it in drive. Come on, man. Come on. Let's keep it real. Some of y'all want to call it hate because it's your boy. But let's keep it real. The man is fragile. Nobody can deny that. His biggest fan can't deny that he's fragile. He's fragile, he's fragile, he's fragile, he's fragile, he's fragile. Stop acting like he ain't fragile. Yeah, but TD, if you look at his skills, I ain't talking about his skills. Unmatched. Best player of all time. How about I give you stuff? I'll give him categories. Best thing ever. And he has the potential to be the greatest of all time, but he's fragile. Can you say it with me? Tua Tagovailoa will be the greatest player of all time, but he's fragile. At least give me that. At least be honest and say that. Come on, man. If the man is available at 5, I get it. But you can listen. I will never be a fan of us moving up to 4, 3, 2, or 1 to go grab him. Putting more picks at risk for Mr. Fragile. For Mr. Fragile. Man running to look to throw. Oh, my leg. What the heck happened? Dang, are you Arian Foster now? He hit us with the Arian Foster. Escaped out of the pocket and fumbles. Nobody even touched him. Fumbles on his own. Oh, that's why it's an injury. Ugh. Did somebody throw a shoe at him or something like that? Ugh, I don't know what happened. Come on, man. I ain't got time for that. At least Tannehill was taking hits. I ain't got time for this man, for us to be winning games and this guy go down every November. This is the NFL. Even elite offensive lines break down in some games when you're going against certain dogs. I want to know that this guy can absorb a hit. Ain't a single person who, like Tua Tagovailoa in this comment section, can confidently say, oh, he's tough. He can absorb a hit. Oh, well, let me back up because they'll argue with me. Oh, he is tough, TD. He was hurt and he wanted to come back in a game. Stop. You know what I'm talking about. His body ain't tough. He may have heart, and I give Tua Tagovailoa that. That's what I do like about him. The man got heart. I could tell everything, but when I watch the videos, his personality, the things he says, the way he talks to his team, he got heart. But his body don't show his heart no love. His body doesn't show his heart any love, man. And you know what would be the biggest hurt of all time is if we think that we've again found the right quarterback, but he's always hurt. And you know that if Tua Tagovailoa gets hurt with the Miami Dolphins, they're going to stick with him just as long as Tannehill. He came in the rookie year and he sat behind Fitz. He started his second year and he was hurt in week 8. And then he was out for the rest of the season. We're hoping he comes back for the beginning of the next season. And that, man, I don't care how hurt he gets. They're going to stick with that talent for at least 6-7 years, man. And I don't want to go through all that again, man. Anywho, let me get off of Tua, man. I think I've already done enough work on him today. I've done enough hating on him today. See, I'm making some of y'all feel good by saying that. I've done enough hating of Tua Tagovailoa today. Tua, if you're watching, I'm sorry. But I will help you out by ending my hate spree right now. Now, I don't hate you. I just hate the thought of us drafting you. I really do. I really do. I don't want to mess that up because we're building something so special. Basically, you could think about all the great players that we got on this roster now. It's only cemented for 2 years, y'all. Right now, we're cemented for 2 years with some of the players that we got. If he going to be sitting the first year, in that second year, we hoping that he's ready and he's rolling and he's going, that's all good. But if he's not, oh my gosh, we just wasted all them picks. All them guys we got in free agency. Didn't matter. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, what are you talking about? Huh? Say Tua. Say Tua. Tua. Say no. No Tua. No. Y'all heard him? See? Only people that tell the truth are babies and drunk people. He just said it. Y'all better pay attention. The signs all around you. Oh, man. I don't mean to get some of y'all Tua lovers mad, though. Real talk. I passionately do believe the things that I'm saying to y'all right now. I want to tell y'all that now. Sincerely. I really do believe what I'm saying right now. It's too much of a risk. Oh, that's the same thinking that had us not get Drew Brees. And I keep on telling y'all, stop using Drew Brees as an argument because Drew Brees wouldn't be Drew Brees if he came to Miami then. He might have been Andrew Luck, had some great flashes, never won anything, and then he retires early because he got abused all his life. That's what would have happened if we would have got Drew Brees. It's exactly what would have happened. And we would have went right back to square one talking about, man, we got to make sure that whoever we get this time, we protect them. We can't let that happen to Breeze again. That's all we would have done. Oh, my bad. I'll lock it next time. He was in that restroom. Yeah. All right. Man, let me see. Tua equals peanut brittle. Love equals dynasty TD period. Mace said, listen, Mace, Tua equals peanut brittle, but peanut brittle good, though. See, that's the thing. It's good, but it's only designed for one thing, to get eaten up. So I get the analogy. And it breaks apart easy. I get it. And love equals dynasty TD period. Let me tell you something, man. I like Jordan Love, but again, Jordan Love has a lot to prove if he's going to equal dynasty. I've heard rumblings and a little birdie in my ear saying Jordan Love is the guy who they really love. But I'm not sold on Jordan Love either, but I at least appreciate the upside that he has, and he's not brittle. But don't sit here and think that I'm sold on Jordan Love like, yeah, Jordan Love. Jordan Love ain't no better player than Tua Tagovailoa. He ain't no better player than Tua Tagovailoa. Now, he has an upside that can rival him. I get that. And that's what I like about him. and he's durable. But let's not sit here and make it seem like we draft Love and everything is all good. He's going to have a way to go. Love is going to have to develop in some areas just like Tannehill did, but I think with Jordan Love, it'll happen a whole lot sooner, and people will feel a whole lot more confident earlier. A whole lot more confident. But don't sit here any of these quarterbacks and just be gung-ho sold on and say equals dynasty. You could have told me just now Joe Burrow equals dynasty TD, period. And I would have kicked back on that too. Now, don't get me wrong. What I saw last year, which some do argue is the best college season ever had, and I loved it. I was drooling from the mouth, if you want to say that. I loved what I saw. I love the command of the offense, the audibles, the checking the defense at the line of scrimmage. I just love how he commanded his team and led. But in the NFL, defenses are so much different than every single college defense we've seen, even if it was an elite one. Let's get that straight, ladies and gentlemen. Defenses in the NFL are leaps and bounds better than defenses in college, even on the best defensive teams. Let's get that freaking straight. Yeah, you might have five-star players on a defense that's amazing in college, but in the NFL, come on now. Come on. Come on. It ain't no, listen, people think that it's a cakewalk. It ain't no freaking cakewalk. So all these quarterbacks that flashed in college, just like Joe Burrow, might be the same ones that get a rude awakening as soon as they hit that field in the pros. And I credit that to everybody. Joe Burrow, Tua Tagovailoa, Justin Herbert, Jordan Love, Hurts, all of them. It's a whole different ball game, man. Whole different ball game. These D-lines in the NFL, totally different than these D-lines in college. Yes, sir. Good job. Pee-pee in the potty, okay? Did you flush? Okay, good job. Close the door, all right? Love you. Come on, man. Totally different. So miss me with all those college theatrics. Oh, come on. Give it to me. All right, I got it. My bad. But yeah, I got to miss me with these college theatrics. I don't care about a kid breaking NCAA records. I don't care about 5,000 yards and 700 touchdowns in a season. I don't care nothing about all of that. Because when you get in the NFL, why don't you go back in the past and look at all the quarterbacks that done miraculous things in college football, and they do it every year. I tell y'all this. Every year they find the 2 or 3 players that they're like, oh my gosh, off the charts, pro ready. And we've never seen a talent like this. Every year they sell it to us for clicks. And they really selling it to the teams that's at the bottom. Guess what, Miami? You were up this year. Miami Dolphin fans, you're the people that they're selling to this year. You have a top pick, so you're enamored about the options of what you can get with that. And the media doing their A1 sales pitches. Tua Tagovailoa, first quarterback to ever do this. Joe Burrow, first quarterback to ever do that. Oh, this and that. Man, you'll never find a talent like this again. His arm motion, and they already getting ready for next year. You got another 2 dogs coming out. Same thing every time. But if we go back in history, yeah, I'm actually going to preach to him this time. But ladies and gentlemen, if we go back in history, it will show you that every year you get the 2 or 3 just best of all times with the potential to be greater than Montana's and this and that and this. Where are they now? Where are they now? And most of the best ones in the league right now weren't even drafted in the top 15. Where are they now? Right now, there are 3 former number 1 overall pick quarterbacks looking for a job. How did that happen? How did that happen? Winston lost one game in college. I rest my case. Somebody else just said that, not me. And let me tell y'all another thing. Here's going to be the real slap in the face. Oh my gosh, and when I think about it, it's so appropriate for this moment. Do y'all want to get Cam Newton? Not get Cam Newton right now, but do you want to get Cam Newton? As in what he actually ended up becoming in Carolina. You want to bring a guy in who had all this, this is the next, this and that. Go to a Super Bowl, lose it, might I add. Win the league MVP. And then what? Well, TD, everybody always say this. His contract didn't have nothing to do with their downfall. It was his injuries. Oh, and isn't that so appropriate right now? His injuries, huh? His injuries. How does man go from being coveted to the league MVP to what he is now? A backup on whoever picks him up. How? How does that happen? Can somebody answer me that? Because all these scholars that want to talk about, well, when you really look at his game, he's not as good as people think. That ain't what you was talking 7 years ago. That ain't what you were saying 6 and 5 years ago. You weren't saying none of that then. You were still with that narrative. Oh, the potential to be this. He's going to be one of the greatest. Coming in this young, winning the MVP. Oh my gosh, this kid has a future. Oh my gosh, he's going to be unstoppable for year after 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 year. Is that not what they were saying? And some of y'all in the comment section right now throwing out all kind of reasons of what really led to his demise. But does any of those reasons really matter? Because at the end of the day, still a demise. He can only hope and pray now that he goes off to another team and become a Tannehill, take a job, and then get a big contract again. He can only hope. He could only hope. What quarterback would you want us to pick up, TD? Me personally, with the draft pick status, Herbert or Love. Either one, I don't care. Either one of them. Because we won't be trading up to do it, hopefully. We wouldn't be trading up to do it. We got kids that have very good upsides. And they're not injury prone. They're not brittle. They're not at all. Because you're not going to get Burrow unless Cincy comes up off of it and they're willing to take what we're offering. I would take either one of those guys. I have no preference. Some people have preference. They argue about the preference. I have no preference between either of them. They both got great upside. Because a lot of people miss one factor in my decision in that. Coaching. I don't have to have the guy who we feel is already ready if he's going to sit a year or two anyway. I just need the guy with the great upside and let the coaches do what they do to produce that upside. It's that simple. And I ain't got to pay out the kazoo to do it. Matter of fact, truth be told, I would take the number 5th pick, trade out to like with the Raiders and get 12 and 19. And one of them should at least drop to 12. Out of all 4 of them quarterbacks, and maybe not. Maybe I might have burnt myself like, wow, I played myself. But I think one of them will fall to 12. And now I got 12, 18, 19, and 26. Come on, y'all. Feel this roster. Let's go. We ready for war this year. We got our young quarterback sitting behind Fitz developing. We got our nose tackle. We got our left tackle. We got our dual lineman. Second round, we got our running back. We got our safety. Let's roll. Let's roll. Let's freaking roll. I'm good with that, man. And some of y'all may disagree. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that. That's all good, man. But at the end of the day, I just want our team to win. And we don't have to do it by taking risks. See, that's what people want y'all to believe right now. We done been quarterback deficient so long that we got to take a risk at some time. We can't just be scared. You ain't got to take no risks, because let me tell you something. Not taking risk in the past ain't the reason why we sucked. Bad coaching, bad personnel, bad this, that, and this is why we sucked. It wasn't not taking risk. You can maintain being disciplined and smart in the decisions you make with the higher probability, because you still gonna end up wrong sometimes. You still gonna end up wrong sometimes, but maximize your opportunity of being right by not taking risks like that. Taking Tua Tagovailoa is a risk, and nobody can sit here, even if you're a fan of his, and say that it's not. Well, TD, taking anybody is a risk, but his is greater. Stop changing the narrative. His is a greater risk. But you're correct. Every one of them is a risk. But the fact remains, his is freaking greater. Yeah, but you can't be scared all the time. That's the same thinking that didn't get us Drew Brees. Stop. You got your favorite lines you hold on to. Stop. Stop. Be smart, Miami. If you do take a risk, make sure it's calculated. But you can't calculate 4 surgeries and 12 injuries. You can't calculate that, because you don't know whether to add, multiply, divide. You don't know what to do with that. That's a risk. You can't calculate. There ain't no calculation in that risk. It's just a straight up risk. And they go, EM say, but Rosen is the guy after 2 throws. Rosen ain't no guy. Rosen ain't the guy. Nobody ever said he was the guy. But I will advocate on giving him a chance to be, proving that he's not. And you know what? I could actually reverse that, EM. You keep lying to people saying that I said Rosen is the guy after 2 throws, where you're saying that he's not the guy after 2 throws. But you're going to let Fitzpatrick get 100 throws before he start playing good, and now Fitzpatrick's the guy in your book. You let Fitzpatrick get 100 whole throws and look trash in them, and now all of a sudden he start playing good, starting to throw 101, and now he the guy. But Rosen gets 2 throws, and he ain't the guy. Come on, man. Keep it 100, bro. Let's be transparent here. Let's be fair. Let's be fair, man. But it's 7 o'clock. That was my cutoff time. I appreciate y'all tuning in to TD Fans Talk. We rode out with over 200 people in this stream just about the whole time. If y'all could really show your love and support, please hit that like button. It'll definitely help this channel continue to grow. We got 7 more subscribers today alone since I woke up this morning to this point. Welcome to TD Fans Talk, all the new subscribers. We appreciate you coming through. Whether you agree or disagree, this is the home of the real Miami Dolphin fans, and we appreciate everybody's passion. No matter who you want, who you don't want, we respect everybody's opinion and passions over here, man. Except EMs. Y'all already know what time it is. Shout out to you, homie. But yes, man, I appreciate y'all coming through. Hopefully, depending on what's going on tonight, I might be coming back tonight, dropping a nice one with y'all, because I want to hear from a lot of other people. Maybe tonight we'll go live. We'll see if EM want to join that conversation, since he be running. Y'all know, you see, he pick and choose when it's convenient for him to come in. But we'll see, man. Tonight, I'm thinking about doing a show later this evening, and we'll go from there, and we might do a real good one and bring people in to talk and see what y'all got to say. I'm going to stop talking. I think I did enough talking for 1 hour and 20 minutes. So tonight when we stream, I'm pretty much going to be bringing people on the screen, and I'm probably going to be the producer, muting people and unmuting people so I can control the yelling and stuff. But I appreciate y'all. Raphael, thanks for the compliment. Said TD, you are on point. Donald said, TD, the PayPal does work well for me. I appreciate that, man. Yes, the PayPal, it's all up and running. Let me make sure I'm good. Yes, the PayPal, the link is in the description below. Shout out to all the Patreon members, man. We're over 20 Patreons now, which is amazing. We continue to grow in that area. If you want a subscription on the Patreon to get exclusive content and show your love and support the TDPHINSTALK by monetarily supporting the channel on a monthly basis, is greatly appreciated. Your choice. I don't force people or beg them to do it. It's definitely up to you. You show your love and I show it back by just loving on you. And shout out to James Sumler with the late donation before we end the stream. $20 donation says super ticket. Oh, I see it actually on my end. It doesn't show on StreamYards, but it does show on my end the donation with a goal running. I appreciate that, man. Love you for that one. TD, like this style better than all the yelling in the other format. Hey, I get it. A lot of people told me they hate all the yelling. So again, what I'm going to try my best to do, I love bringing other opinions on, so I'm not going to stop that. But what I'm going to do is do a better job of making sure people don't over talk each other because they don't like each other's points. And I'm guilty of it myself. Y'all know that. But I'll do a better job in controlling that. And I'll just have to mute people and let one person talk at a time. But we'll get it better. We'll get a perfect blend, because I wouldn't dare take away the opportunity to hear from you all, because this is the home of the real Miami Dolphin fans, and we all have a voice, not just TD. And sometimes your voice is so much greater than mine, in my opinion. And I love hearing from y'all. So we'll keep doing what we do. We'll keep on riding out, and we'll keep on showing love where love is due. And we'll keep on not loving where love is not due. EM. But anyway, y'all already know what I said. I'm always messing with the homie, man. EM said it's called passion. Yeah, it is called. Everybody know it's passion. None of us see, even me and EM, we can go at it hard. Like we're going at each other. Buffoonery, all the good stuff, but we love each other, man. I mean, if y'all understood our conversations off camera, I mean, we're brothers, man. So understand that. But I do understand the feedback that I get. I will do a better job making sure people aren't cutting each other off, because some people's points should be heard. Because one thing I've learned, somebody can have to say three things. And when they say the first thing, if you disagree and you cut them off, maybe those last two things said would have brought it full circle to where you understand, you know? So that's why I'm going to do a better job of stopping and listening to people and stopping other people from cutting other people over. I just got to use the mute button better. But also I got to make sure that I don't have more than 4 people on the screen at once. That's another thing. 6 is just chaos. So the new rule is, unless it's Tuesday night, and you're probably going to get a lot of yelling on Tuesday nights. Y'all already know what time it is. But unless it's Tuesday night, I won't have more than 4 people on the screen. And that includes myself. So 3 other people. I just won't. I've learned that every stream where there's more than 4, it's just chaos. All right. So we're going to get bigger and better, man. That's what we're here for. But if you're new to the channel, and you're enjoying yourself, hit that subscribe button. Show your love and support. We're growing to 10,000. We're on our way there. Speaking of 10,000, don't forget to check my homie out, Dudley Do Wrong. Just DDW, Dudley Do Wrong. Just put it in the search engine. You'll find him, another Dolphin YouTuber. We're going to have some collabs coming up soon. But I appreciate y'all, man. He said, I subscribed. I appreciate you, Mr. Perfect. And thanks for being perfect, because you subscribe. So I know you're perfect. Oh man, but your background Dolphins look good. It looks nice, but I got some stuff coming that's gonna change it all. Thanks to those who donate to the channel and the Patreon members. I got some stuff coming, and it's gonna change it all. You know, you gotta coordinate. Some of y'all know who that is. Y'all already know what time it is with Pops. But yes, man, you got to coordinate. So I got some things coming. I can't wait to do my new background. Actually, I've been starting it, but I'm waiting. You know, it's been a delay with this Amazon and all this stuff, what's going on. So I'm just like, oh, hurry up, because I'm ready to set up my new area that's a lot bigger. I'm ready to set it up, but I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the stuff to come. I mean, I ordered it like 3 weeks ago, and it was supposed to be here like the end of last week, but there is a delay. So I can't wait, man. But again, I'm excited about it only because you all allow me to be excited about it, because you support us. And special shout out to Vic Coaster, who's always been a supporter. Also, Sharif, thank you so much for always supporting, man. It's so many of you all. Real quick before we go, one moment, guys. Y'all give me 1 second before we go. Y'all give me a second. Oh man, is it not gonna show me? Y'all give me 1 second. Please give me a second because I want to give. All right. Here we go. All right, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just pulling something up real quick. Oh Lord, I'm gonna go help the wife. Look like the baby's giving her a hard time. But y'all bear with me. I'm pulling some stuff up. All right, here we go. Shout out to Alfredo Quinones, Austin Stevenson, DM Fins, Fake Spike, Infinite Trauma, Jenny Telford, Jerry P. Golet, Joel, Joseph, Julian, Chef Jew, Carl, Mace Tagger, Mark Rosado, Michael Simmons. As always, Michael, man. Special shout out to Michael. Mike Who, Miles Terrence, Nick Suarez, Shake Money as always, Vic Coaster as always, the homie. Winter Lantern. Thank y'all so much for being loyal. Thank you so much for being loyal Patreon members, man. I appreciate y'all. All the changes and things that you're going to see on this channel that are upgraded and bigger and better are in large part to you all and those who also donate throughout the streams. I just wanted to give y'all a special shout out. Thank y'all. I love y'all. All right. But I'm about to get out of here. I appreciate y'all love and support. This TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. And I love you all, my Fin fam. PHINPHAM, my Fin fam. Love y'all, man. It's TD Fans Talk. I'm out. Peace. I see y'all later, man. Oh, great stream, man. Great stream. I love that one.